Hello, guys, good morning. And for the past 6 years, I've been in a journey of making or creating a herbs garden, and I've been able to pick out different types of healthy herbs that I either occasionally use here in my home or some that I use on a daily basis. So majority of the herbs here are medicinal, and even some of the vegetables here in my garden are medicinal. But each and everything that I'm going to say or talk about in this video will be purely on research and experience using the different types of herbs that I have in my garden. So simply, I'll just say that I have a mini pharmacy here, and one of the herbs that I use it on a daily basis is the tropical mint. Tropical mint has become one of my favorite mints, and I'm going to talk about it later on in the video. But one of the things when I came here in the village, I saw each and every homestead has is the lemongrass. So most of the people here believe that lemongrass is purely a medicinal plant. Especially if you have stomach problems, consider planting your lemongrass, because and most of the time it has that citrusy flavor in it that is able to relieve bloating, and also it's very good in lowering cholesterol. So if you're starting your small garden, always consider planting the rosemary. Rosemary is a very powerful aromatic herb that has a lot of antioxidants. And you can use rosemary in so many things because it aids in digestion, and also it's very good in your hair. Like for me here, I make rosemary powder. I also make rosemary water for my hair and for the kids' hair. So rosemary is also an easier a herb to grow in your garden, and you can also always start small and then keep on increasing your rosemary in your garden. So you can use thyme for your tea, you can use thyme as a spice, and also you can use thyme for medicinal purposes. Because one thing I've realized is that thyme helps in respiratory issues. So anytime I feel like I have a problem with my respiratory system, I just boil some thyme, then add some tropical mint, and then I take some hot water with it. So it's very good in aiding the digestion. And this is something that I've learned with majority of the herbs. Majority of the herbs naturally helps or improves your digestion system. And so I've been in that journey of also trying to propagate them and plant the herbs in different spots of my raised bed gardens, just because herbs really help in controlling pests in your garden. If you're a beginner gardener, always make sure that you've planted any type of mint in your garden, but make sure you separate them. So I started with ordinary mint. The reason why you separate them from, you do not plant them with other crops, it's because mint tend to take over your garden. So this is the tropical mint, and tropical mint is very helpful health wise because it really helps in congestion, relieving congestion, and also reducing stress, because I take my tropical mint every day in the evening after I've taken my supper, and then before I go to bed, I just boil some tropical mint and then take it just like that, hot water. Or if you feel like you have blocked nose or congestion, you can decide to boil your mint and then just inhale that steam. And because you're still talking about mint, I also planted the lemon mint. Lemon mint is works really well in boosting immunity. So you can decide to either use it daily as a detox water. So you boil your lemon mint and then use it in your hot tea. So you can decide to just use the lemon mint with some lemon. Just take it in the morning before anything, before taking anything, and then later on you can take your tea. So that's how I do it. So I always alternate between the different types of mint, but the two mints that I always use in my teas nowadays is the lemon mint and the tropical mint. For the ordinary mint, sometimes I use it for my salads or even garnishes. So ordinary mint is one of the common mints you get. You can get it in the supermarket or in our local markets, and it is because it is widely used. You can use it as a spice, you can use it as a garnish, you can use it in your tea, and also most of the time it is used in our saunas, and you'll always have that session, the mint session, that they put it there so that you can inhale. So, and the reason is that it soothes headache, and also it has that muscle relaxant, especially when it is inhaled. So there are so many ways you can use your ordinary mint, either for garnishing, for spicing, for tea, and also you can just decide to just chew it because it freshens your breath. This is because it has properties that help kill bacteria that can cause bad breath. So anytime here in my home I feel like I have bad breath, I can just uh, pluck a few of the ordinary mint and then just chew it. It really helps in that. Aloe vera is just a must have for every homestead because it has so many benefits, from hair to, like here in the village, most of the time, anytime a chicken looks like it is sick, you just remove the aloe vera gel and then you crush it completely, the whole aloe vera. You just crush it in water and then give it to your chicken. Of course, it is always very bitter, but it really helps in treating your chicken diseases. And also for us human beings, it is very good in aiding digestion and also some stomach problems. So anytime you feel like you are not feeling really well, you take some aloe vera juice. Of course, the taste is always bitter, but it is one of the crops that you cannot miss to have in your homestead because of its different health benefits. From here, I always apply the aloe vera gel to my kids' hair and also for mine, just occasionally, not every single time. So for me, hibiscus is a must-have in your home because it has some antioxidants, minerals, and also some vitamins in it. So that means it helps in lowering blood pressure, and also it improves cholesterol levels. That's why most people take hibiscus tea to reduce weight. So did you know that some of these indigenous vegetables have a lot of health benefits? Like the black nightshade, we call it managu. It is very rich in iron and folic acid, so that means it prevents anemia. And it is very common here in the village because anytime you take your child or somebody has very low blood count, they are told to either take managu or the amaranth. Also, slender leaf is also one of the best vegetable you can always plant in your garden, just because it is a herbal vegetable, because here in the village we always take it as a stomach reliever. So it helps in relieving stomach ailments. So that's why you can never miss to see me planting the slender leaf. So I've always wanted to have a strawberry farm. One day I think that will be my dream crop. But I've been doing propagation of the strawberries for some time, and I've realized some have started flowering. All these are flowers, and you'll just know your strawberry is healthy with the thickness of the stems. So what I'm going to do today is just do some spacing. I want them to have like 6 inch of spacing from one strawberry to the next. So the excess ones I'll be planting to my next bed, so that I can also improve on their productivity and also their health. So the better the spacing means that when they produce the strawberries, they will be of good size and healthy ones. So, one of you asked how if I know how to plant strawberry with seeds. So, I do not know. I only bought one seedling and then I was able to propagate. And if you've been watching my videos, my last videos, I've been removing the runners from the strawberries. And when you remove runners, you're telling the crop to start producing now the fruits. So that's what you're seeing right now. They have started producing fruits. So that means I'll be having plenty of strawberry fruits after like a month or a few weeks. We'll be harvesting some strawberry fruits from the farm. So this is where I pile up my compost manure and also the animal manure. So my animal manure is from the cow and the goat and also our ducks. But ducks and the goat manure are always considered as cold manure. So you can decide to use it directly to the farm. But there are some crops that if you use it directly to the farm, they tend to burn up your crops. So most of the time, just let them stay in one place until they have compost, and then you can use them later. And also when you're planting your strawberries, do not plant them deep in the soil because they will rot and they will not grow really well. So anytime you see that strawberries plant is very tiny, so you only cover the roots and a little bit, like a centimeter of now the stem from the root to now where the plant starts growing. That's how you plant it. And a distance between one strawberry to another, I'll be leaving like 6 inches just to give it room to expand from one a strawberry to the next. So I'll be in this bed, I'll be planting, if you can see, I've planted the spring onions. So I'm planting the strawberry and also some tomatoes. Some of the tomatoes that we planted the other time did not do well, so I'm going to add other tomatoes at the end now of that. So fresh maize season is one of the shortest and the best season ever. So I just want to harvest just a few that we are going to use for breakfast, and I'm going to also harvest later on ones that we are going to use for our githeri, cooking our githeri. And before I leave the farm, let me also harvest some slender leaf and some jute leaves. So here, if I do not have cowpeas, I'm yet to plant the cowpeas. So I always combine the slender leaf and the jute leaves. Jute leaves is the one that is always slimy. So I combine the two. And because my slender leaf are almost maturing, so to prevent it to fully maturity, I'll be cutting the middle part of the slender leaf so that they produce other leaves. So this is my favorite, one of my favorite vegetables to grow here in my farm because it grows without any stress. It's not attacked by pests, and also the birds do not like eating the leaves. So I'm always comfortable in planting the slender leaf and also the jute leaves. Of course, because of its health benefits, but also it is the easiest vegetable to grow, especially if you're a beginner. So thank you so much for watching. That is it for us here in the farm. So if you have watched this video till the end, thank you so much. Be blessed always. And if you're watching and you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please consider liking and also subscribing to my channel for more farming videos, educational videos. And I will see you in my next video. For now, let me go and prepare some lunch. It's just me and the little one. Let me prepare lunch, and then for lunch we are just taking githeri with some avocado for githeri and rice. So thank you so much. I will see you in my next video. For now, it's bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye.